Hello everyone, and welcome back to Big Blue Recap, a show where I will be analyzing and certainly criticizing all things Giants. And as I give my introduction, I'm going to talk about a player who most certainly will not be a Giant come 2023. That is defensive lineman out of Georgia, Jalen Carter. And it's such a weird case with Jalen Carter because if you go and look at the prospects available and the tape, Jalen Carter is most likely the best player in the 2023 draft. You can also make the case for Will Anderson, who had sort of a down year, but the talent is undeniable. Now, Jalen Carter was issued an arrest warrant for racing and reckless driving. And this is from Roto World, so I'm going to read it. The charges, both misdemeanors in the state of Georgia, stem from a racing incident in January. According to the Athens-Clarke County Police Department, Carter was racing with Georgia recruiting staffer Chandler LaCroix. LaCroix and Georgia offensive lineman Devin Willock were killed in a single car accident that night. Carter was at the scene of the incident, left before the police arrived, and later returned. Subsequent reports have alleged that he gave differing accounts of the events to the police. Carter was at the NFL scouting combine the morning of the warrant being issued. He left the combine and arrangements have been made for him to be turned into the police. Carter later released a statement saying he expects to be fully exonerated once the facts of the case are known. So this is obviously serious. Okay, this isn't like, you get caught smoking weed in the locker room your sophomore year, right? This is obviously a big deal. Could things come out that paint him in a different light? Of course. However, it's not a good look, and that was only the beginning. He was unable to finish the drills at the combine, another bad look. I know he came in around 9 pounds over his expected weight. A lot of people said that was the reason he did poorly, but you also have to think that all of these things, all the charges and whatnot, as well as the death of his friend, at the end of the day, Devin Willock most likely was a very good friend of his, and he could feel responsible for said death. That must have been weighing on him just as much, if not more, than coming into the combine overweight. Now, the Athletics' Vic Tatter, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Mr. Tatter, or Vic, I'll say, if you stumble across this video. But Vic Tatter writes that the Georgia defensive lineman Jalen Carter is not an option for the Raiders at number 7, having already been crossed off by the team. Tatter notes that the comparison between Carter and former Raiders wideout Henry Ruggs is too close to home for the Raiders and their fans in the Las Vegas community. Carter's reckless driving case is not quite in the same ballpark as what happened with Ruggs, but this is a concrete sign that teams are wary of Carter's character and that he could potentially be in for a draft day fall. Interesting. I'm sure that the Raiders are not the only team to take Jalen Carter off their board, but they are the first to announce that he is off their board. Now, I just read this, that Jalen Carter won't visit with teams picking outside of the top 10, and he plans to attend the draft. He plans to attend the draft. If you're being drafted in the first 50 picks, I would recommend going. It's a life-changing event. Why wouldn't you go? Carter's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, is confident he will be picked in the top 10 of the upcoming upcoming draft. The first thing that you can talk about is that perhaps Jalen Carter spoke with a team within the top 10. Who knows who it is, right? Maybe the Eagles? I hope not the Eagles, because I think Jalen Carter will be a fantastic player at the next level. But perhaps a team within the top 10 has already told him, if you are available when we are on the clock, you will be the pick. Drew Rosenhaus continued by saying, I'm confident Jalen will go in the top 10. He's a good person, a family man, loves football, and is a generational talent. All of that could be true and is most likely true. However, Drew Rosenhaus, outside of a confirmation from a team, Drew Rosenhaus is giving this young man bad advice. I'm not sure if he's aware of this, but teams are able to trade into the top 10, okay? They can trade up if they liked this player enough. Now that Rosenhaus is telling Carter to not visit with teams outside of the top 10, do you think any of those teams that had shown any potential interest in this player will want to draft him, will want to mortgage their future to draft this young man? This is horrible, horrible advice. Let's say the stupid fucking Eagles told Rosenhaus or Carter that they would take him at 10, or the Bears at 9, right? He's a definite option. Let's look at 7, the Las Vegas Raiders, who are trying to gain draft capital to sort of redo the team. They already traded away Darren Waller to our New York Giants. Fantastic trade, by the way. We traded Kadarius Toney for Darren Waller and a 6th round pick. But I don't want to get too much off track on that. Let's say someone wants to trade with the Raiders, who are looking to acquire picks. You're telling me, let's say, just for argument's sake, that the Pittsburgh Steelers are interested in trading into the top 10 to pick Jalen Carter. I'm just picking that team I'm looking at the draft order now, right? Any team, right outside of the top 10. But Jalen Carter didn't want to visit with them because Drew Rosenhaus is saying that he is going to be picked in one of the teams in the top 10. Okay, let's say someone trades up to 5 for the Seattle Seahawks pick, or 6, right? He'll get paid more money. And Rosenhaus is saying, no, because they're outside of the top 10, we don't want to visit with them. It's so dumb. These agents, while a lot of them do give good advice, obviously, it's their fucking job, sometimes they have these weird things, right? Like, why wouldn't you visit with players outside of the top 10? If anything, it just makes you look better, right? If anything, it helps your image, right? And if anything, let's say a good team. Let's go down a little bit. Let's say the Cincinnati Bengals want to pay a few picks, or the Buffalo Bills, or, the Dallas Cowboys, or even our New York Giants. What if they wanted to move up? Oh, he didn't want to visit with us. Fuck that guy, right? That's what I'm saying. It's surprising to me that Drew Rosenhaus, who's respected around the NFL as being a legitimately good agent, is advising him to not visit with teams in the top 10. Even if you have let's be honest, even if you have a team telling you within the top 10, you're telling me that team couldn't be lying to you? I just don't understand this thinking on Rosenhaus, because I'm not going to blame Jalen Carter because he's listening to his agent. He's paying the agent to give him advice, and the agent is giving him this advice. It's sort of what's going on with Saquon Barkley and Rock Nation. Obviously, it's not to the same magnitude, but the Giants put an offer to Saquon Barkley in the middle of the year, and Rock Nation told Saquon Barkley, don't take that deal. Wait. They gambled on the running back market. And look at these deals that running backs are getting right now. They're all getting 1-year deals. Okay? The Giants rescinded their offer to Saquon, and now he's playing on the non-exclusive franchise tag. Now, unless we're not getting reports, which is entirely possible, no team is trying to spend 2 first-round picks on Saquon. Look, he's a great player, but is he worth a large contract? I don't think so. I don't think any running back is worth a large contract, but I digress. Rock Nation gave Saquon bad advice. He had an offer from the Giants for, I believe, $12.5 million per year. They gambled on the running back market, a position that has diminishing value year after year after year. After you see guys like Isaiah Pacheco score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Shout out Isaiah Pacheco, Rutgers alumni. My wife just nodded to me because she's a Rutgers alumni. After you see the guys like Isaiah Pacheco, who went in the 7th round of the 2022 draft, play a great game, play great in the year, why would you want to spend a lot of money on a running back? This was a bad move by the agency. I do not blame the player when they have an agent or an agency looking after them. This is purely on the agents. These kids are in their 20s, okay? They don't know. Anyway, thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Giants and NFL draft content.